Hey there! So I made a keyboard which I call the Daisougen Fukahi, and I have two of them. One is using Moondrop Chesson switches while the other one is using Akko Silent Penguin switches. I found that the Akko Silent Penguin switches wasn't to my liking because it was on the mushy side, so I wanted to change the switches to my go-to silent tactile switches, the Kailh Whale switches. The problem with changing switches on this keyboard meant that I had to desolder everything and resolder them again because everything on the keyboard is hand-wired. And at the same time, since I didn't like the color for the current case, the first thing I had to do was to buy a 3D printer. I talk about how awesome a 3D printer is, but the gist of it is I'm satisfied with being able to materialize what I've designed. Anyway, after printing the new case, I had to remove the keycaps, unscrew the bottom acrylic, desolder the trackpad, desolder the OLED screen, desolder the TRRS jack, desolder the row and column wires from the wire matrix, and pull out the innards from the case. Since I ran out of straight copper wire, I had to straighten some more using the clamp and hand drill method thing. Then I carefully marked and bent the copper wire according to the rows and columns of the switches. This actually took a long time because I had to figure out how far the wire should be from the switch and how it would be positioned. Bending these weren't that simple either. After that, place them once to see how they look like. Then solder the diodes to the row legs. And then solder the diodes to the row wire. And next was to do the columns. Once both sides are done, then it was time to do the wiring. Since I just used the innards from the previous key, it was slightly easier to wire them since the wires were already connected to the controller, they're cut to length, and they've already been bent to where they're supposed to be connected. Then melt in some brass inserts into the case. Remove some brass standoffs from the previous case, then put them in the new one. Slot in the half acrylic frame. Slot in the controller, fix some LED strip connections, tin and connect the TRRS jacks, slot them in, wire the column and row wires, connect the OLED and trackpad, and do a test if everything is working. After confirming the keys are registering correctly, I glued the TRRS jacks in place, arranged the LED strips, screwed everything together, and put on the keycaps. And since I didn't have a trackpad cover yet, I designed a 0.5mm trackpad cover that was supposed to say Daisougen Fukahi. Had it printed, but however it is barely readable because I wanted the surface to be smooth. So yeah, now I have my Daisougen Fukahi keyboard using my favorite silent switches, and I am happy with the results. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. ご視聴ありがとうございました。